Okay, we're starting. First of all, good afternoon. Enjoying a lovely day with lots of rainfall and nothing else to do in self quarantine. We still have to stay indoors and we have to stay safe. Now, we are going to discuss about sectors of Indian economy today. What we will start is, what do you mean by sectors? Sectors mean sections. Now, in the school, when the school is working, we all go into our own classes. Nursery class people are sitting in their classes, 10th A, 10th B, you're sitting in your classes. Okay, now just imagine that such a division was not there, and we were all together in the assembly ground, and we were taught same thing. So how would that situation be? Right from a 2-year-old to a 17-year-old is being taught the same thing by the same set of teachers. Do you think it is possible? No. So in order to provide better teaching learning experience, we divide you as per your age and understanding level. Okay? So that is the reason we divide you into your small sectors, small sections or small sectors. Within our school itself, we have various departments. For example, there is a pre-primary section, then there's a primary section, an elementary section, then we have secondary section, and then higher secondary section. Pre-primary, nursery, LKG, UKG, primary 1st to 4th, right? Elementary 5th to 8th, secondary is 9th and 10th, and higher secondary is 11th and 12th. Now the set of teachers, the set of requirements, evaluation procedures for different classes are different. Why is this done? Why not that evaluation process of nursery class and evaluation process of 10th class should be the same? Why it is that the 10th class has to go in for board exams, whereas the 4th class just has an internal evaluation? Of course, because the set of understanding of different people or at that particular point in 10th class is much higher as compared to what they are more developed, if I relate it with the previous chapter, as compared to 4th class students. This has been done for administrative convenience. This has been done so that we efficiently deliver services to the children, that is to teach them. If I would have taught sectors of Indian economy to 4th class, they wouldn't have understood. If I would teach you ABCD every day, you would say, yaar ye roz ka roz kya padha raha, right? So that is why we have segregated you in different sections. Now similarly, in an economy, a lot of people are involved in earning and consumption activities, right? As the head of the country, as the administrator of the country, we want to know that which part of our economy is doing better, which segment of our economy is doing better. For that, the economy is divided into small segments or small sectors. Okay? Now, in this school, we should know that okay, more funds are coming where. For example, if I have to see whether which part of my school or which department of my school is more paying department. Is it the higher secondary section? Is it the lower primary section? Is it the hostel? Is it the day ski? Right? So then, and which part of or which section of my school is lacking, wherein I need to pump in more funds, wherein I need to pump in more, come up with different strategies, which part is not very efficient. तो ये सारी चीज़ों के लिए इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट कि मैं अपनी जो मेरे पास इकोनॉमिकल यूनिट है, दैट इज़ द स्कूल, उसको छोटे छोटे डिविजन्स में डिवाइड कर दूँ. ऑन एट अ कंट्रीज लेवल, एट अ मैक्रो लेवल, मैंने कहा था थोड़ी देर एट अ मैक्रो लेवल, थोड़ी देर what happens at a macro level? The country divides the entire economy into various sections. Now, sections can be classified or are classified on the basis of the type of occupation that the people are doing, on the basis of who is owning the resources, and on the basis of rules and regulations that are to be applied. If we start with the first segment, that is on the basis of occupation, or I can say on the basis of nature of occupation. So what kind of an occupation we can be doing? We can be doing primary, we can be doing secondary, and we can be doing tertiary activities. Now what are my primary activities, guys? When I extract raw material from the nature, I call it as primary activity. Now, for example, when a wheat is grown by a farmer, he is extracting from the nature and he is giving raw material to agro-based industry, flour mill. Wheat देंगे तो flour बनेगा, आटा बनेगा. So that is why he becomes a primary producer. From there, the wheat is taken to the flour mill and it is again grinded into flour. Some flour is used for direct consumption. Out of some flour, other things are made. For example, biscuits, atta biscuits. So what is happening? Once we are getting into manufacturing sector, right? Rather, we are getting into agro-based mills. Now, this is secondary. From secondary, then those atta biscuits or Ashirwad multigrain atta is sent to various companies. They hire models. They have distribution channels through which पहले तो models pose and they say ये खाओ, फिर slim and fit रहो. Then they create a demand for their atta or the biscuits or whatever it is. And then जहाँ जहाँ demand create होती है वहाँ वहाँ हम supply कर. So this is the tertiary stage. So before we directly consume a product, there are three stages. One is the primary stage, one is the secondary stage, and third one is tertiary stage. Primary stage is production of raw material. Secondary stage is conversion of raw material into a finished product. Tertiary stage is selling of raw material and providing raw material at your door. Selling of finished goods and providing finished goods at your doorstep. Right? So depending upon what is the nature of your occupation? Are you a primary producer, a secondary producer, or a tertiary producer? So on the nature of occupation, we divide sectors on the basis of primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Understood? A farmer who's directly dealing with raw material production is primary. Secondary is agro-based mills or any mills who are changing the form of raw material into finished products. Tertiary, who ensure that the products are supplied to you or delivered, finished products are supplied to you or delivered at your doorstep. For example, distribution, advertisement, chain of traders, right? All these are tertiary sector. What all comes under tertiary sector apart from this? Also service providers like us. We are not selling you anything. We are just giving you services. So we are service providers. Who else is service providers? The aviation ministry, the aviation sector. They are service providers. If tomorrow if we plan कि इस बार हम लोग सिंगापुर जाएंगे, चलो अभी तो नहीं जा सकते because of the COVID and all that. पर अगर ऐसा plan होता कि हम सिंगापुर या दुबई ट्रिप पे जाते, तो you could not say that okay ma'am, I have paid 50,000-60,000 rupees. Now I am allowed. I have bought a ticket of an airlines. Once the flight is over, I will take the seat home. No, you can't take the seat home, na? Why? Because you have just used the services of the airlines. Same goes for the railways or the doctor. You can't say this doctor, I have paid him the fee, I will take him home. But I have bought Adidas shoes, can I take it home? Yes. So goods and services. Services, you can just use the services, then the contract between you and the service provider comes to an end. Right? So the service providers also come into tertiary sector. Everything, right from your internets to your phones, the Bharti Airtel, all these people are service provider people. Educational institutions, hospitals, chartered accountants, lawyers, everybody. These journalists who are bringing news on day-to-day basis about what is happening, they are all service providers. Right? All those apps, Zomato and what is that? Uber Eats, Ola, Swiggy. All these are service providers. And see, because of this lockdown, the chain of service providers has gone down and we are all facing problem. We are facing scarcity of medicines. We are facing scarcity of food products. Why? Because one of the chain has fallen down. He is producing, but there is no chain which is trying to link all three of them. and that is why we are facing economical crisis. So this situation is a clear-cut example which shows that all the three sectors of an economy have to work in tandem with each other. If any one sector fails, its effects are seen in the sector and the overall economic system crashes. People go through panic buying stage. मीन्स उनको लगता है कि कल पता नहीं राशन मिले या ना मिले, क्योंकि ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम चल नहीं रहे हैं, तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा खरीद के रख लेंगे और ज़बरदस्ती की शॉर्टेज हो जाए. हमारा आज का जो सिस्टम है, वॉट एवर इज हैपनिंग, इफ यू फॉलोइंग द न्यूज, इज बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट आवर चेन ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन excuse me, is broken due to lockdown. They are producing, they are working, but there is no service provider. Okay? Now, ownership of resources. Now, ownership of resources means ये resources किसके हैं? School है, school के अंदर desks, benches किसके हैं? It's of a private individual, right? So it's a privately run school. In government schools, benches and desks are there. Who owns those benches and desks? Government. Is there anybody one in particular जिसको हम बोलते हैं ये government है? No, because government keeps changing after 5 years. So that is public sector. And then is the joint sector. What is a joint sector? Wherein the private sector and the public sector, they work in collaboration with each other. Very simple example is Maruti Suzuki. It's a clear-cut example of joint sector.
Maruti and Suzuki.
Then metros, Japanese firm and the government coming together, right? So both are co-producing metros, co-running metros, but and sharing profits. But the government, public sector doesn't work on profit motive. Whatever profit it is earning, it is plowing back in infrastructure building. Whereas a private individual works with a profit motive. Why would a person do business? He would do business because at the end of the day, he wants to sustain himself. He wants to earn something. But a public sector will do business only to provide services. So private sector works with a service motive and a public sector works with a profit motive. However, that doesn't mean that the public sector is not doing a good job. Since the profit motive is there in the n number of institutions, there's too much of a competition. You have to give results. Only if you give results, you will be able to earn profit. You will be able to earn a goodwill or a reputation. So as a result of this, they keep working harder. On the other hand, there is no accountability. चला तो चला, loss भी हुआ तो public का, profit भी हुआ तो public का. So there is no accountability in public sector. As a result of this, they become slow and sluggish. Okay? So then the third type of sector is organized and unorganized sector. This organized and unorganized sector is based on what? It is based on rules and regulations. Now you see, we work in an organized sector. Why? Because we are directly affiliated with CBSE board. If today something goes wrong, if you're not following norms, we will be questioned by the CBSE board. So we come under organized sector. Now think about some kind of Rajasthan chaat bhandar, एक छोटा सा chaat corner in GPO. He's kept one छोटा सा बच्चा, and at the same time he's making golgappas and he's selling it to everybody. There's no license of selling golgappas or becoming a hawker or whatever it is. ठीक है? So and it is he's having a ready. So every time he feels that every time somebody raise some kind of an appraisal कि ये यहाँ क्यों खड़े हुए, he takes his ready and goes elsewhere. Now in this crisis, first thing he will do is, during this situation, the situation which our country is facing, he will tell his छोटा सा बच्चा that listen, कल से नहीं आना, सेल ही नहीं हो रही है, लॉकडाउन है, मैं तुमको पैसे नहीं दे सकता, तुम कल से नहीं आना. तो अब वो बच्चा तो भूखा मर गया ना. There are no rules and regulations. But the government is constantly saying that the organized sector, that you cannot have a pay cut. You cannot retrench anybody. Even if they are not coming to the job, let them work from home. So these rules and regulations can be guided, can be followed only because organized sector is affiliated or licensed by any one or more regulatory bodies of the government. Right? But an unorganized sector is not licensed. उनका तो दिल किया, उन्होंने रेडी लगाई, नहीं दिल किया नहीं, ऑल्दो दे आर वेरी बैडली हिट, क्योंकि these people, even if you're working in organized sector and you are not going for job because of COVID-19, you will still be paid, but unorganized people will not be paid. फिर वो बेचारे इधर उधर भागते हैं, फिर हम उनको माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स बोलते हैं, जिनके लिए तुमने अभी ऊपर सारा वो पैकेट्स तैयार किए थे ना कल, है ना, दोज आर माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स. दे केम हियर क्योंकि उनको लगा कि डलहौजी में बहुत कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रही है, तो उनको कंस्ट्रक्शन, जैसे ही कंस्ट्रक्शन खत्म हुई या जैसे ही लॉकडाउन शुरू हो गया, तो उनके कॉन्ट्रैक्टर ने उनको बाहर निकाल दिया. अब यहाँ पे ना उनका घर है ना ठिकाना है, प्लस इट इज़ वेरी कोल्ड एंड देयर इज अ कर्फ्यू, दे डोंट हैव फूड, खाना कहाँ बनाए, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी हेल्प देम द अदर डे. So that is unorganized sector. Because of all these crises, which sector has been badly hit? नहीं, मैं आती हूँ, क्लास खत्म हो गई. Because of this, the sector which has been very badly hit is the unorganized sector. The other day when I was watching news channel, I saw that primary sector people are saying that we have enough grains. You know, there's no need of panic buying. We have enough food. But unfortunately, the transportation system is not working. Today I was just watching in Delhi, there's a wholesale market and the market is shut, and that wholesale market provides pharmaceutical, medicines. And that market is shut. And when the shopkeepers were asked that, the chemists are allowed to be open, why you shut? They're saying supply nahi aa rahi, because tertiary sector is not functioning. So this leads to our discussion that every sector has a very, very important role to play. Breakdown of one particular sector in the economy leads to the breakdown of the entire economy. Are you understanding this? Now slowly, development was a little boring thing, but sectors, you think you will see everywhere, all around you, you will see sectors. You will see people working in primary sector, jo kisan hai. You can see what your parents are doing. What are your parents doing, Vaibhav? Property dealing. They are in which sector then? Tertiary. What is your father doing?
Doing job.
Job. Where?
Adani.
Okay, so then what sector is he in? Tertiary. What is your mother doing? Okay, so she is a daycare nurse. So daycare nurse, she is in which sector then? Primary, secondary or tertiary? I just explained it to you. Primary sector or secondary sector or tertiary sector? Or is she in public, private, joint? Where is she? Where is she working? In what sector is she working? Why tertiary?
Public sector.
Why tertiary? Public sector is government department. Why tertiary?
She's taking care of the child.
She is not selling anything. She is providing services. Where is your father working?
Decorations.
Okay. So event manager in event organization.
Like marriage.
Okay. So event manager. So where is he working? Primary, secondary, tertiary, public, joint, organized,
No,
unorganized, tertiary sector. Okay. So again, it's for us to ask question that where I am working in a tertiary sector, I am working in an organized tertiary sector. So it's like a homework for everybody today. You have to ask where your parents are working and please put it on the WhatsApp group, whether they are in primary, secondary or tertiary, whether they are in public sector, private sector or organized or unorganized sector. Tomorrow we will be talking about the changing trend of various sectors, and at the same time that how the three sectors or all the sectors of an economy are interdependent upon each other. Thank you. Please finish the notes. I have already sent the notes to you.